Everybody, Andrew Cuneo here for yet another Chromatic Cube draft. You can do some really disgusting things with Breach the Multiverse in this cube. If you thought it was crazy in March of the Machines, like when everyone has tons of good 5 and 6 mana creatures in their deck, it gets really out of control. I will be taking that. I think by far the second best card in this pack is Casualties of War, which sometimes it wheels, because people just don't respect this card as much as they should. If I'm lucky, it'll wheel. Probably it won't, though. This pack doesn't have that many good cards in it. Usually in March of the Machines, you won with this card because you just milled your opponent to death. That is not the case in this cube. In this cube, you usually actually do something where you wind up killing them. I think it's creatures and planeswalkers. I would say the best cards in this pack. Well, a Braid is one of the best cards just because it's cheap. Elspeth Conquers Death is quite good. I was considering picking that. There's also the lands. I could just pick Watery Grave. Maybe I should do that. Not really looking at Massacre Worm or Finale of Eternity. They're both fine, but nothing special. I think I'm going to go with Watery Grave. I know I want to be black. Blue is one of my favorite colors in the cube. I don't really like just being black-red. I think you want when you're black-red, you just wind up not being great against, like, you're not very good at interacting with what your opponent does. Basically because you're not playing blue. But you're also not fast. Like, you're not green, so you don't have ramp, and you're not good at interacting with stuff. It's a bad recipe. I do like Lolth. I think it's worth 5 mana. I don't like Spark Double at all. I don't really like the clones that rely on you having permanent in play. The ones that can hit your opponent's permanents are... Even some of those aren't that good, but the ones where you have to have a permanent before it does anything, I'm really not a fan.
Come closer, little thing, that I may
Got a
see
Henrika
better.
Domnathi. And a Hoarding Broodlord. I'm going to be picking one of those two. Hoarding Broodlord is both a good way to find my Breach, and it's a pretty good hit off of Breach, which makes it somewhat appealing. I'm going to have to draft a little bit differently, though, because I'm going to want more creatures in my deck for Convoke. I take that. Henrika is nothing special, but it's fine. If it wasn't already so heavily black, I'd be pretty interested in this Luca. Alright, we've got a Cyba Siphoner. Not really a fan of any of this other stuff. I guess I never wound up having Kiora in my deck, but it probably would be fine. I think I'm just going to go with Cyba Siphoner, though. Cemetery Desecrator. I do like that one. Don't really like any of these other cards at all, so that's a pretty easy pick. I'd like to get some cheaper cards. Man, how is Crackle with Power still in the pack? It's so easy to just kill people with that. So I've got a choice of Overgrown Tomb, I guess, or Godless Shrine. I think I'd rather be green than be white, but they're roughly the same. There's this Liliana, which it reanimates things. In the market for that, I don't know. This card always seems kind of mediocre to me. I think I'm just taking Muldrifter. I do want some creatures in my deck that are cheap to allow me to convoke Hardened Broodlord, so I'll take Baron. Also, there's Karn's Temporal Sundering and Yawgmoth's Vile Offering in the cube, both of which I think are pretty good if you get it to enough legendary cards. Which that's Baron's main purpose, I think, is to give you a legendary for casting Karn's Temporal Sundering. Other than that, it's also sometimes nice to bounce your own stuff. Like I could bounce my Siphoner, or maybe a Muldrifter, or Cemetery Desecrator. Is this a leaves the battlefield trigger? It's a dies trigger. That's not quite as good with Baron. Somebody picked the Casualties of War. Lame. So I could take Junji, which is fine. Or I could take Mephit's Enthusiasm. If I potentially want to have a good cheap card. I think I'm going to take Mephit's Enthusiasm just because it's cheap. I don't know if I'm going to wind up playing it, but I'm pretty confident that if I wind up playing just straight blue-black, I'm not going to miss the Junji. Sitter's a pretty nice pickup. Really want to get Scholar of the Lost Trove. I don't want to play with any of these cards. Black. You need red mana to do the part of this that's good at all. It's not a particularly good card. Yuck. I don't like any of these cards. Binding of the Old Gods is fine. Wish I had a green-black land or a green-blue land. It's possible I really want either of these planeswalkers. They're both pretty mopey. I'm just going to pick Binding the Old Gods. We'll see if I get fixing to be those colors. Should I violate my don't play with Thief of Sanity policy? I guess. Alright, Snapcaster Mage. I even already have Consider for a cheap target to flashback. I'm like marginally in the market for a red-black dual land, but I think I'd much rather have Snapcaster Mage. Gerudo. This would be a pretty good deck for it, but I'm going to take the cheap card. And Snowborn Simulacra is still in the pack. I think Silumgar's Command's quite good. I think I like it better than the 4-mana counters for the most part. I also really like Siphon Insight. I typically, in this cube, I'm playing like 18 lands plus usually like 1 or 2 mana rock type cards, and it still feels like you want to, you know, have more stuff that's making sure you're hitting your land drops, which is where Siphon Insight comes in. And also just Muldrifter is like a divination. It's pretty nice. I am not a fan of this one. This card, I think the cube is a little bit too powerful for it to be good. Like, it always seems kind of appealing, but I think you can always do better. I think it's between Bank Buster and Cruelty of Gix, and I'm going to take Cruelty of Gix. I guess I'm taking a Mana Rock here. I'm not a big fan of Guardian Idol. I don't have a ton of ways to get more than 1 mana per turn out of the Relic of Legends, but maybe I'll get some. Also, there's White Sublime Epiphany, Sune's Intervention. It's really good, but I'm not playing white, so I'm not going to pick it. Whoa, the green-blue land wield. I should probably plan on playing this Binding the Old Gods then. How are we doing on targets for the Cyber Siphoner? We've got Breach and Snowborn Simulacra. Those are both okay. Definitely don't want Field of the Dead. Why is this Mishra in this cube? It boggles my mind. I mean, this card wasn't even playable in this limited format, like just the regular draft format. Why is it in the cube? I guess the idea is it's supposed to be an enabler for a Reanimator deck, maybe, but I mean, Reanimator decks are just traps. I guess I want Gerudo. Alternatively, there's Tatiova. Gerudo's probably better. I can hit Hoarding Broodlord, Cemetery Desecrator. I guess I don't have that many hits. Ooh, I can play Clone Crafter if I want another hit. I think I want Clone Crafter over another 6-drop. I don't want to do any of the cards. Is this only creatures or creatures and planeswalkers? Creatures. Is this a dragon? It is. Wow. Nice. Should I do the thing I always try to do, just figure out if I can make Spawning Pod work? I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Certainly not going to pick it here, but it'll wheel. Maybe we'll reevaluate. I think I just want more mana ramping. This thing will also give me access to stuff to get back from, with the Cyber Siphoner, like Time Warp. Hey, it's real. It's the blue version of Sublime Epiphany. Would have been nice to get that Drowned Catacomb, but I'm not passing Sublime Epiphany. That's not a winning strategy. So I don't really have, I guess I have a lot of really good top-end cards, but I don't have that much removal. I think I do want to play the Binding the Old Gods, assuming I get like one more duel that works with it. Because I'm going to have green from Key to the Archive and Relic of Legends, and I'm going to play this Temple of the Dragon Queen. Certainly if I'm playing 3 colors. I think even if I was playing 2 colors, I might play it. Because I've got 1 actual dragon in my deck, and obviously I'm going to get a dragon from my opponent's deck with Clone Crafter. It's basically guaranteed. Do I want Drown and Ichor or Joint Exploration? I don't think I want Invasion of Fiora, just because I don't want another 6-mana card. Oftentimes, Drown and Ichor doesn't make my deck. I really only like it in spots where I'm doing more proliferating. So I'd like to get 1 more spell and then like 2 or 3 more lands out of this pack. This pack... I don't really like any of these blue cards. Of the 3 blue cards, I like Cavalier of Gales the best, and I still Not a huge fan of it. So I'm just going to take the land. I think that's a very easy pick. So I didn't get any of the cards that are good with Baron. I guess I still might see one of them, but so far I haven't gotten any of them. Do I want Yawgmoth or do I want a land? I'm just going to take a land. I think I can do better than Yawgmoth. Yawgmoth's really good in decks that are pretty good at making tokens. I guess I have Lolth. Lolth and Yawgmoth are really good together, but definitely want more good lands. Man, Agent of Rafine, nobody ever picks it. I pretty much never pass it. So at this point, I am willing to... I think if I get one more spell, it's going to be an upgrade over Baron. And then lands. I'm definitely going to take Sheoldred's Edict. I think that's a big upgrade over Baron. So I think I'd be playing like 2 forests for Binding the Old Gods and the kicker on Joint Exploration. I think I'm willing to do that. Another blue-black land. I do like having Collective Brutality in my sideboard because I am playing best of 3, but I'm not going to do that over picking a blue-black land. Would I play with any of these cards? Not really. Gonti. I will play with Gonti. Not sure when I'm going to cut yet. I'll probably board and Drown and Nicker. If I'm playing against a green deck that has ramping things, I definitely will. Really disappointed I didn't get Emrakul or Scholar of the Lost Trove. Graven Archfiend's another card I would really like to try to make work, but I think it's just not powerful enough for this cube. So I want to play one more land, which I believe will be an island, and I want to play one less spell. What are my options? I think Gerudo's got to be pretty high on the list of things to cut. Yeah. I just don't have enough. I don't have enough hits in my deck for it. I have 2 really good hits and then 2 reasonable hits and then some kind of mediocre hits. Need more for 6 mana. I suppose the other thing is, do I really want to play this Relic of Legends? I guess. It's a pretty sad Relic of Legends when I can tap Gonti for mana. Other than that, I guess I will be stealing my opponent's legendary creatures with Clone Crafter and Breach and Agent of Rafine and Siphon Insight and Thief of Sanity. I think I may have gotten all the steel cards in the cube. Are there any other ones? There's probably a few more I'm not remembering, but I've gotten a lot of them. This card is basically completely fine, even if you can't kick it. Most of the time, decks in this format, you don't have anything to do on turn 2. And Breach is now my bottom card. Sad to see it. That would have been a good turn to draw a land. So if I play the Gonti, I can tap it for mana. So I could play like Gonti Siphon Insight. I think instead I'm going to play Key to the Archive, probably pitching Siphon Insight. Sometimes you get just whammied off of the Key to the Archive. But I think I'm going to happily take D-Spark. Opponent's got all 5 colors. Oh, this thing is good. This card don't mess around. I want to Cyber Siphoner back D-Spark. I think I probably do. I'm very likely to cast Cemetery Desecrator on Dragon Master Outcast next turn. But yeah, I'll be able to D-Spark on that as well. Look at that, first game and I've already gotten an extra mana out of Relic of Legends. Pretty nice. Still might be in okay shape this game if they have good stuff in their hand. Hardcast Shark Typhoon, that is... If I were to make a list of stuff that I considered good stuff, I would not put Hardcast Shark Typhoon on it. Is it time to just get hasty with this guy? Seems reasonable. I hope they don't have a sweeper. I think if they had had a sweeper, they would have played it last turn. War. They are going to be able to bounce the Kogla. But I think they're dead on board, unless they have another spell they can cast. Well, now they're not going to bounce the Kogla. The Kogla would have gone back to their hand because I stole it with a Gonti. They're still dead on board because of Menace. I don't think I saw any reason to change my sideboarding. This is not going to be enough lands for me. Really not enough. on, Siphon Insight. 6-drop is not what I was hoping for. Come on, Siphon Insight. I've given up on rooting for Siphon Insight. I think it's not going to happen. Come on, Binding the Old Gods. Kenneth. Ooh. It's going to be a hard game to win. This doesn't even do anything, really. Maybe there's a chance with Cemetery Desecrator. I think it's going to depend on if they do any +1/+1 counters here and how they spend their mana. There's probably like a slim chance I can get out of this by using Cemetery Desecrator next turn and the turn after that breaching. They didn't make any counters, which I think gives me an okay shot. That's going to be a problematic card to beat. I'm just going to concede rather than reveal to them the powerful cards in my deck. Alright, let's not mull to 5. No mull to 5. Ugh. Another one-lander. Much better. Is this a dragon? Dragon check? No. Aetherborn Rogue, not even close. I don't have any good duels to go with this. I have to just get Forest. Can't kill the Skyclave Relic. They're doing a very good job of fighting against my Binding the Old Gods by not playing anything I can kill with it. Can't take lands. Oh, come on. I've gotten so unlucky in terms of... I had so many hands with 1 or 0 lands, and then my Gonti hits 4 lands from my opponent. It's really, really not good. Shouldn't I still have the card exiled? Oh, I guess they're just not showing it to me. They have counters in their deck?
Darkness will swallow.
They did have Kenneth, but I think they would have played Kenneth last turn if they had it in their hand. My draw this game has been legit pretty terrible, but I think my opponent's draw has also been pretty bad. Oh no. Goodbye, Rolf.
At least there is blood on your hands.
Can I kill them next turn potentially with breaching back a hasty Kogla? Perhaps. I would need to draw a land, and they would need to either not play something that can block, or I would need to hit something from my top 10 cards that got rid of the blocker. They must have a bunch of like Omnath, and I guess they can cast most of the Omnaths. The mana they have, they can't. If they have cards that require both white and black mana, they can't cast them. But they can't have that many cards in their deck that like that. Let's see. Oh, I forgot I had a breeding pool. All right. Tiny bit of value, I suppose. Here's where the real value comes from, though. I can get Hoarding Dragon, Zurgo. Or I could get Kogla. Am I definitely getting Hoarding Dragon? Over Lolth, probably. I think I'm gonna go with Hoarding Dragon Zurgo. It's hard to go wrong with Sublime Epiphany. Definitely do not want to return Zurgo to my opponent's hand. I have the combo, though. I can hit them with a Hoarding Dragon and return it to my hand because it's a dragon, in case I need a little more value. It turns out I didn't need any of that stuff. First time in a while I've had enough lands. I say that now, but you know I'm not going to draw a land for like 6 turns now. Wrong again, I did draw a land. It's the complicated mana ramper. Could go for another land. I've learned my lesson with Snapcaster Mage that you absolutely have to manually tap with it. Or the auto tapper will just be like, yeah, you don't have any black cards in your hands. Lumina black. What that does for Snapcaster Mage, good luck playing your Sheoldred's Edict with the Forest and a Breeding Pool. It's the terror of the peaks. You're going to make a bunch of 1/1s and just gun down my Snapcaster Mage. I like it. Yeah, maybe I lied. Maybe I don't actually like it. Cemetery Desecrator, please. Can it kill the... Oh, the Cemetery Desecrator can't even kill the Terror of the Peaks. There's nothing. And if I guess I have to get Binding the Old Gods. That works fine. Can we hold? Going down to 2. Not ideal. What a way to die. Oh no. I want to board and drown it in Ichor, but I can't change the card style. Ugh. It hurts. I'll do it anyway. Come on, something good. Electronic dominoes. Not my idea of a good time. Next turn I'll be able to play the Gonti, tap it for mana off the Relic, and Agent of Raffinum yet again. So is this getting Avacyn's Judgmented? It is. Bang. Dead. Come on, something good. Guess I'll take Combustible Gearhulk. I'll be able to cast it next turn unless the Gonti dies. Normally people don't place a high priority on killing Gonti, but they might want to kill Gonti given that I have the Relic of Legends in play. I would like to kill this Golos, because they're going to be able to activate it next turn, I think. Unless they're missing land drops. Oh, I guess I'm not playing Combustible Gearhulk this turn. I'm breaching. Cavalier of Flames. No, we're going to go with Hornet Queen, I believe. And I guess I'm getting Sublime Epiphany. Wait, I can convoke something. I could get Breach. Or not Breach, Binding the Old Gods. That seems good. Could I also convoke out the Combustible Gearhulk? No. So that's not something I tutored for with the Hoarding Broodlord. That was a good turn. What a hideous card. It's Drowning Acre with the awful card style that I can't get rid of. Are they going to regret having discarded that Hornet Queen? Is it coming back from Cruelty of Gix in a couple of turns? Perhaps. I think I'm fine with both of these. Guess I'm squandering my scry. But I won't bother. Singar's Command. Let's see what they're up to. I don't really want to let them Ilhar Gout Zakama. I think I was going to take the Zakama. I don't know why they conceded. Their hand was actually pretty good against Cruelty. I think I'm going to mull this. Only 2 lands, and I don't really have anything I can do if I find my 3rd land even. I guess if I find my 3rd land and it's an island, I could copy 1 land, but I think I can mull into a better hand than that. At least I hope I can. Oh, they're a Yorion gamer. I think I'm not going to play Joint Exploration this turn. I'm going to wait a turn so I can get the extra land drop. Here's this Silex. This is the one that everybody goes down to 6 lands, right? Yeah. I'm thinking of a lot of ways to get... I guess I have Binding the Old Gods. I have Sublime Epiphany, which I know is on the bottom of my deck right now. They must have some sort of counter in their hand, because they didn't get the Yorion in their hand and they didn't do anything with their mana. I guess I could have that. If I wanted to, I could Sheoldred's Edict and then Cyber Siphoner back the Edict before the trigger resolves, but I think I'm fine with them taking the Edict or the Siphoner, because that would mean I'm just going to get the Cemetery Desecrate or the Spellbinder eating their Memory Deluge, which I'm pretty happy to be able to do. Yeah, they didn't want me to do that. Makes sense. So I'm just going to play the line that I could have played in response. Just make sure that I'm not getting done in by the auto tapper. And I think I want... Maybe I don't want the Sheoldred's Edict now that they have Fibble Thip. I'm just going to get the Joint Exploration instead. This land, so I will play it as a swamp. probably don't want to just breach next turn because they're just going to wind up, there's a Silexing if I do that. I guess I should have played the Cruelty of Gix first. Now that they committed another thing to the board and they're getting to eat probably the Muldrifter for free, maybe they're gonna... Whoa, you're bouncing the Cyber Siphoner back to my hand? Don't do that. Yeah. They had to pick a target, but they could choose now. Yeah, now that I've fallen behind on board, I'm just gonna breach and that'll force them to probably burn the Silex. It's possible I hit something that destroys the Silex too. The Silex deals with just everything, right? Yeah. It's probably just Clone Crafter, Muldrifter. We both have Clone Crafters, but I think I want their Clone Crafter. Or I could go Spellbinder Muldrifter. Maybe Spellbinder Muldrifter's better. They're going to Silex now. They could Angel of Sanctions the Spellbinder. That wouldn't be a bad play. Could do nothing. Guess they're hoping to Memory Deluge. Probably gonna Futurist Spell Thief this, but let's see. Not that worried about the Angel of Sanctions. I am worried that they're just gonna blow the Silex, but I basically need to force them to do it. I'm in kind of a tough spot that they have a lot of value that they can get if I go too slow. But if I deploy my board too quickly, they're just going to use the Silex and then they'll get all the value after the fact. It's going to be tough to navigate. I guess the one thing is that the Silex putting us both back to 6 lands doesn't really favor either person. To choose my 6 lands, please. They did not get a planeswalker. I guess that's a small victory. We're still gonna Simulacra for like bazillion, and it's gonna be very good for them. I don't remember if I've shuffled since I think I put what's it called? Sublime Epiphany on the bottom of my deck at the start of this game. I guess it's no, it was either a different game or I shuffled. The Hoarding Broodlord is not that exciting when I know that they have collective effort. And they just join exploration again. So you're getting back a sorcery. Should be multiple choice. Let's see what happens if I hit them with the Thief of Sanity. I'm probably going to Binding the Old Gods, the Mirari Conjecture. Yeah, definitely no. And then next turn, if they don't do anything, I'm going to Simulacra the Binding the Old Gods and hit the Midnight Clock. So they don't really have that much deck left to work. I guess they're a year-round deck, that's why they have so many cards. We're setting up for Commence the Endgame. I don't know how many fires left. If I want to do this for 5, do I want to do it for more than 5? I don't think so. I don't think it. No, I don't think it matters. I guess I should just do it for 6. Actually, let's play land and just do it for 7. I only have 8 cards left in my deck. I'm a little bit in danger of decking. Because I still have to get through that Snowborn Simulacra. I do have a Silumgar's Command and a Sublime Epiphany that I could draw, which would be pretty nice. I can Breach again. That doesn't really do much, though. It's been a good game. Ganjo's being fixed now. Can they get anything good? They can get a Fibblethip, a Clone Crafter, and an Agent of Rafine. Actually, can get some pretty good things. See if you can find her Sublime Epiphany or Silumgar's Command. That's the biggest priority right now, is to make sure that you don't let that Snowborn Simulacra resolve. Okay. I don't know. I should have checked to see if I even have any creatures left in my deck. In case I get Clone Crafter, I would know what they got. Maybe I won't scry land. Did I forget to play a land? No, I did play a land. Oh, it's because I played an Elite Guard Mage that wasn't in my hand. That's how I wound up +1 card on the turn. They didn't even discard anything for the Restoration of the Ganjo. They just passed on the second part of the trigger. Or the second chapter. Do I care about this? To an extent I do, because they're bouncing Elite Guard Mage, but I think I have to let it happen. I want to get this off the board just because they have the Yorion. I wonder why they didn't spend more of their mana. A little bit concerned about that. I don't think I actually want to draw a card. Take 3. Need a way to get more Snapcaster mages into play. Not the budget Snapcaster mage, the Cyber Siphoner, but real Snapcaster mages, please. Also, they're down to 8 now, so I don't necessarily need the midnight clock to win. They're gonna gain a lot of life this turn now. So I guess I probably do. Because they're gonna go up to 11, and then they're gonna probably Urion. Nope, it's an Eugene, the Ineffable.
I came into being long before your kind ever existed. I can create or destroy.
Can't kill them with reach.
The fabric of the multiverse obeys me.
I think I'm going to counter collective effort if they play it. And then let the Snowborn Simulacra resolve. Three cards left in my library. I can potentially extend my deck by one card by putting the Cyber Siphoner. I guess I could start Cyber Siphoning Silumgar's Command and just killing the Cyber Siphoner. And effectively draw negate every turn. And not deck. They also might just be dead. If they play Urion here, they're gonna go up to 14. I can bounce the Urion, kill the Guard Mage. Not enough power to kill them then. Still enough power to kill them? Yes. Definitely don't want Baron against a Yorion deck. It's just asking for trouble. I guess I'm going to join Exploration on turn 2, and then play the Relic of Legends on turn 3. And then play Gonti. Well, perhaps we'll need to change plans. They might just take Sublime Epiphany. If they take Joint Exploration, that's not a big deal. If they take Relic of Legends, I think I'm not going to do anything. Yeah. That's pretty obnoxious. Now they're probably going to take Singlebar's Command. I think either of you guys help me that much right now. And I think I could use some help. They have to take Silmagar's Commander. I'm going to kill the Spellbinder and bounce the Thassa. Should I play Gonti this turn, or should I play Relic of Legends? I think I'm going to play Relic of Legends. This way I'll be able to Silmagar's Command next turn. I gotta get out of this Thassa Elite Spellbinder lockdown as soon as possible. I'm gonna do this in their upkeep though. You can't tap artifacts or anything fancy, right? I don't think I saw much in the way of, like, instant speed counters. Other deck. So it's probably going to resolve. Hopefully it's going to resolve. Their hand is all spells, and they didn't put Yorion in their hand, so I don't know what they've got. Why didn't they use any mana there? Doesn't make a ton of sense. It's Dream Eater. Okay. I guess their plan is to start Thassa's Oracle in the Dream Eater. I'm up for exiling. It's not Thassa's Oracle, it's Thassa Deep Dwelling. I'm willing to exile that. Maybe I should go after the Dream Eater. It's annoying to let them have this flicker in play, but I'm at a low enough life total that I don't really want to leave them with a 4-power flyer if I can help it. If I knew I was going to get Lightning Helix off the Key to the Archive, it would be a different story. Oh, that makes it easier. Hopefully they don't have Ephemerate. If they have Ephemerate, I'm going to be sad. I can't pitch non-white cards somehow because of how I got this, can I? Oh, it's the future of Spellthief. The only good news is I doubt they have any forests in their deck. That must have been why they passed with 5 mana up, was they wanted to futurist Spellthief, whatever I played on that turn. I see. Kind of thought they were gonna Binding of the Old Gods, the Gonti, or tap it with Thassa. I guess they got plans for all their mana. Why did they do this? They really just didn't want me to have Relic of Legends that badly. You can't, you can only flicker creatures, right? So now I can just pass. And if they don't do anything, I'm going to March of Otherworldly Light, the Thassa Deep Dwelling. If they do something, I was going to Sublime Epiphany it. Hopefully they don't have Futurist Spellthief in their hand. I had to wait a turn because I didn't want them to get to Yurion, the Binding the Old Gods. Oh, that's another reason that they passed. Forgot about that guy. That's a good card to see. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 10, so I'm going to be able to play Sublime Epiphany and Shieldred's Edict, so I'm pretty unlikely to die. I also might time them out. That first game was very long and very fierce. If they don't have a better play than just cast Yurion and untap the Great Shark. Seems like they got something, but you gotta show me what it is. Maybe they didn't have something. That's actually pretty good. No. full control mode. That's why it's looking like that. Alright, that'll probably be pretty good. I don't want that. Which deck do I have left? 20. They have 32. Oh. Wait, why'd you just play a land opponent? Oh, are they going to get a Planeswalker? Probably they're getting a Planeswalker. It's Eugene. So I can snap Edict. I can't afford to snap anything else that I would want to do right now. I'm just going to snap Edict. Probably the Eugene, but maybe they play something else. Rather than just... I want to spend 4 mana with the rest of this turn cycle, not 2 mana. Seems kind of inconceivable they're going to play something that I can't Edict. Come on, you got to kill this Clonecrafter. Get it out of here. Blow it out of the water. They didn't kill the Clonecrafter. It's kind of the same story with Snapcaster Mage. Doesn't do much. So, Clonecrafter it is. Creature I own? You're kidding me. Wait, why couldn't I cast that? Was it because I didn't have it? I wasn't in full control mode, I guess. Lame. Really lame arena. It's okay, I needed to bluff that I had something. This was a good bluffing turn, evidently. I'm banking pretty heavily on this Breach doing something great. So I got a lot of cards to work with. And they're mostly all spells, I think. I might have 1 or 2 lands. No. That's not good. Anything I can do for 2 mana that I care about doing? No. Alright, game 3. Game 3 it is. I'm just going to put this on blue. Deck really doesn't have that much green mana. Do have a double blue card. And also, if I put it on blue, I can play Consider on turn 2, which will be nice. Man, I was robbed. I should consider now, though, because I do have Agent of Rafine in my deck. It was an Agent of Rafine. But it was still something that it was good to get into my hand right away. Gibble Thip. I need to get Elite Spellbindered again. No. Restoration Encounter is pretty good. I don't think they've played a ton of stuff that gets the Key to the Archive off the board. I'm not remembering anything. Other than the Silex. The Silex was the annoying one. But they're not Silexing it this turn. I know that much. Don't think I need Day of Judgment. Or Putrefy. Do I need... Maybe I do need Day of Judgment, actually. This is about to come back. If I played Cruelty of Gix, I'm just guaranteeing they're going to Silex for 5. I think I'm better off to Cyber-Siphoner the Consider and then play the Day of Judgment, because the Day of Judgment becomes useless once they Silex for 5, because I'm not going to get double white mana without the Key to the Archive. I'm just doing this now because it prevents a point of damage, and why not? It also probably makes it more likely they play more stuff to the board. Because I have to be a little bit worried that I might just play a removal spell for the Architect of Restoration. That's a good card to hit. Future Spell Thief. Okay. I don't mind that much. Oh, I guess it's... Nice. They do get a Siphon Insight that works on with their mana, so they can flash it back. Get that thing out of here. Probably taking Urion. If Snapcaster, definitely taking Urion though. I think I should just tutor for Breach. Which means I want to block and wait. Well, the Cyber-Siphoner can't go to the graveyard, so I guess that doesn't matter. Oh, I shouldn't block then because I can get their Yorion. Oh, I don't get to tutor at all. Sad. Alright, now we're definitely going to block. Don't take my breach. So they didn't get Sublime Epiphany, Breach, or Silumgar's Command. I'm not going to take the time to figure out what they got exactly. Is there a counter they could have gotten? I think I only have Silumgar's Command and Sublime Epiphany. And they didn't get those. They also don't have enough mana to cast them. This only returns creatures. Now, of course, there's a chance that they hit Silumgar's Command or Sublime Epiphany, both of which would be really good for them. It's like 1 in, well, it's 1 in 11 that they hit one of those. I guess having this in play and taking a Yorion doesn't do anything, because they only have one permanent I care about destroying. You can just get Hoarding Dragon and Yorion that. Is there something better to do? I don't think so. Oh, they got the Silumgar's Command. Okay. I'll make this a little bit harder. Probably just gonna run out of time. Oh no, I milled the Silumgar's command. They didn't get it. I don't know what they have. I want Children's Edict. Well, I'm running out of options left in my deck, that's for sure. So obviously I have Cybus Siphoner plus Sublime Epiphany here. So it's just going to be another inscription. Is it going to be for the full 8? Casting out the midnight clock. Fine. Yet again, I'm playing Sublime Epiphany and not drawing cards with it. Definitely not interested in destroying that cast out because they own this midnight clock. They would just get it back. That doesn't do anything. I'll just pay 8 for Sublime Epiphany and counter your next thing. Oh, this gets shuffled into the deck. It doesn't go to the bottom. I forgot how that worked. I could have actually gotten Edict there if I'd needed it to push through the last time. Alright, those were some pretty good games. Thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.